Here we go. We're recording. So, Oscar and Tadeo, we're going to go Wednesday. Pythagorean theorem. There's no homework today. 5 more days left of school, so no more homework. I'm going to teach you something a little bit more harder than what we did yesterday. Today is 5/21/25, and we're going to do, go ahead and pick that up. Pythagorean theorem day 2. If you have homework passes that you're no longer going to be using, turn those in for extra credit. So yesterday with Pythagorean theorem, we learned what is the formula for Pythagorean theorem?
A plus
No.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Good. He might ask you the same question tomorrow. He's going to teach you something a little bit different. Similar to what we're doing, but a little bit different. All right. So if I have a right triangle, what do we call this side? Which letter is this side?
A.
A. Could also be B. What do we call this side?
B.
Okay. And what do we have to call this side?
C.
We have to call this one C. These two can change, but this one is C. It's always the opposite of the 90 degrees, and it's always the longest line. Okay? So A squared plus B squared equals C squared. That's a Pythagorean theorem. A, B, C. All right. So now let's do a problem. Very similar to yesterday, but there is one major difference. So this is going to be 10 centimeters, 8 centimeters, and C. So we are again solving for C. So here's my brand new triangle. It's 10 centimeters, 8 centimeters. All right. So what's A?
10 squared.
So 10 squared plus, what's B?
A squared.
8 squared equals C squared. Okay, so far, the exact same thing from yesterday. What is 10 squared?
100.
100 plus, what's 8 squared?
64.
Equals C squared. Okay, so far, the same from yesterday. Now, the only thing you have to do real math right now is what's 100 plus 64?
164.
Equals C squared. Okay, what's our very last step?
Find the square root of it.
Square root, square root. So I hear some of you turning your pages back, trying to find the square root of 164. But what do we realize?
It's 13.
It's not there. This is 169.
Oh.
So is 164 in here?
No.
No. So that's the difference between today and yesterday. That your answers today are not on our paper. So how do we find it? We're going to use an online calculator. So it was square root, it was 12.80. So C equals 12.8. The 0 did not have any power to push the 8 up. So our final answer is 12.8. So the difference between yesterday and today is that this step, you're going to be using a calculator and then rounding. Now let's talk about rounding some more. If it's 5 or more, what do you do?
It goes up.
Go up. If it's 5 or more, go up. If it's 4 or less, what do you do?
It stays the same.
Stays the same. Some of you are good at rounding. Some of you we're going to review today. So 5 or more, go up. 4 or less stays the same. So on today's assignment, if you do the calculator thing and you end up with 5.67, so Juliana, we're going to pay attention right here. If your calculator says 5.67 and a bunch of other numbers, you're going to look, Tiffany, at the 7. What does the 7 tell the 6 to do?
Go up.
To go up or to stay the same?
To go up.
Go up. Very good, Oscar. So the 6 turns into a
7.
7. So what is our answer? What's the answer to that? Miss J and I are going to be checking.
5.7.
Yes. So we're going to give you a stamp for 5.7. If you leave it as 5.67, nope. If you change it to 5.6, you won't get a stamp. All right. What if I give you 14.91 and then a bunch of other numbers?
We just ignore like the
Yeah, so what does the 1 tell the 9 to do?
Stay the same.
Stay the same. So what's the answer that, again, we're going to stamp?
14.9.
14.9. Because the 1 has no power. A 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are big enough numbers to push the number up. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 have no power. They're just not strong enough to push the number over. Okay? That's one way of thinking about it. All right. I'm going to pass out your classwork. You're going to need your calculator on your iPad.
Miss Hong, when his backpack is dead, and what charger for it?
What other materials do we have for you to use that Miss J and I can zoom in and help you if you
A Chromebook?
make a mistake?
Oh, damn.
Oscar, come in. I'll come back, Mel. No worries. Oscar, stop. Check if it turns on, because there's a lot of dead ones. All right, I'm going to do the first one with you because I need to show you the work that I expect to see. We are doing front and back, 600 points. I'm going to start on the front side with 6 and 6. So this is the work I want to see. You're going to do 6 squared plus 6 squared equals c squared because we're solving for c. All right, what's 6 squared? 36 plus, what's 6 squared? 36 equals c squared. What's 36 plus 36? 72. What? 72. Okay, are we done? Nope. What's your last step?
Find the square root again.
So we're going to take the square root. We're going to take the square root. Square root of 72. So I'm going to open up my calculator, clear it. First type in the square root symbol, then 72 equals, I get this really large number, right? I want to round to the nearest tenth. So what does the 8 tell the 4 to do? 5. So what's the answer that Miss J again and I are going to check?
8.5.
So we're going to use 8.5. C equals 8.5. I'm going to put a box around it so it's easy for us to grade later on. Any questions?